my name is Andrea Lillo from Designers Today, and I'm so pleased to have Vern Yip here with us to talk about outdoor design. And Vern recently spoke to one of my colleagues about outdoor design for our recent issue, but I'm glad to talk to you in person, so thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
So we're here at the inaugural casual market. What's your first impression so far?
I think it's so exciting. I mean, first off, we're at the 65th I think anniversary of the ICFA, which I think is phenomenal, and we're in this newly renovated space. So I think it always is so exciting to kind of see what everybody is bringing to the table, what people have come up with, where the new ideas are. To try and trend spot, so I always love these kinds of events.
Yeah, and it's very inspirational. Like the show, what I've seen so far, and I haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg yet. So I'm very excited. Yeah. So for people who don't know, you are really big into outdoor design, interior design. So can you talk a little bit about why is outdoors so important to you?
I think number one, as a culture. And I really wouldn't even say it's like an American cultural thing. I think it's happening globally. People are just so much more enthused and wanting to spend time outside, especially when it comes to their own homes. And for many people, for a long time we said, expanding your outside is sort of the least expensive way to kind of grow your home. But I don't think that that's the driver, although that helps significantly. I just think being connected to nature, being connected to fresh air is just more important and in demand by everybody as we become more digitally dependent. As we spend more time on our screens, we spend more time at our computers. I think when people aren't in front of those devices, they want to connect with their family members, they want to connect with their friends, or maybe they just want to rejuvenate themselves in an outdoor setting.
Absolutely, and I think the last few years too, I think people really started to appreciate having that outdoor space, that for sure. And I know you've talked in the past about the connection between health and wellness and outdoor design. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I mean, I just think from both a mental and a physical health standpoint, it's really important to get yourself outside and to be reset and to connect with the world that we live in. I think that the benefits of that are endless, and I love the fact that as an industry, so many manufacturers across the board have responded accordingly with wonderful products that make it really easy to live your best life outside. It used to be that people felt extraordinarily restricted in terms of what their choices were, and that they might have to modify their personal style in order to be able to have outdoor furniture, outdoor soft goods, outdoor lighting. But that's no longer the case because people have really responded. Designers, manufacturers, companies have really stepped up to the plate. And I think the technological developments have really gotten to that point as well, where we can have wonderfully soft, beautiful fabrics that anybody would be happy to have on their indoor sofa, now on their outdoor sofa.
Absolutely, you can really have bring your indoor style outdoors too. I mean, it's amazing what's really changed over the last couple of years for sure.
Yep.
So for an outdoor space, what constitutes good design? What are the foundations? Whether you're talking about a small urban, patio or a large porch somewhere in Texas.
Yep. So I think no matter what size you're talking about, what budget you're talking about, ultimately what constitutes a good exterior design is whether or not you've sufficiently addressed the confluence of your functional needs and your aesthetic desires. Are those two things dovetailing beautifully? Meaning, are you being serviced outside the way that you want to be serviced? Do you have the conversation areas that you want to have? Do you have a place to have a meal if that's what you want? And does it accommodate the number of people that you want to accommodate? And then does it reflect who you are? Does it reflect your style? And nobody really can be pegged under one style. We're all multifaceted, and that's really interesting because that means that we can have a whole series of things come together and represent us. There's nothing worse than like experiencing someone's home and realizing that they didn't really think about what was important to them, that they just kind of phoned it in and bought everything in sets.
Right.
You know, we don't want that anymore for the inside, and certainly now not for the outside either. Mixing pieces, mixing styles, mixing materials, I think is really a wonderful development that we've come into.
Yeah, that's great. And are there any trends in outdoor design that you're really excited about? Any maybe particular colors or just technology in particular?
Yeah, I mean, I really love, like as I was saying before, the incredible advancements in fabrics. Fabrics for me is really kind of a passion point. I have my own fabric line that's indoor-outdoor, and you know, when I'm designing that collection, when I'm thinking about those things, I'm thinking about offering people something beyond the awning stripe, right?
Yes, right.
Beyond solids, giving people that ability to pattern play, giving people the ability to inject color, giving people the ability to layer texture into their spaces. These are things that we're so used to doing inside, and now we can do that outside. So that to me is really super exciting. And of course, I love the fact that lighting has come such a long way.
It's amazing, yeah. Yeah, so that's exciting too, to see how that whole development is going, for sure.
Absolutely.
So what's on the horizon for you? Like, what's next for Vern?
So I'm in the process of writing my third book. I was really excited about the first two, New York Times bestsellers, design-wise, and Vacation at Home. Putting together the third book is really exciting. I'm working on a new media project for a streamer that I can't divulge too much about at this point.
So it's to be released in the future, yeah.
Yes, but we've been shooting it all year.
Oh, wow.
And it's a really exciting new project. And I continue to develop new collections for my Vern Yip for Trend line. Of course, I have all the indoor fabrics and trims and wall coverings, but working on that outdoor stuff is really fun for me.
Right.
Our first collection launched a couple years ago, and it was really successful and continues to be so. And so I look forward to designing the next collection.
Wonderful. Well, we look forward to seeing all of that.
Thank you.
Very cool. Thank you so much for your time today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. And thank you for watching. Take care.